Okay, I am not on mute. Oh, I'm going to stop recording now. Yeah, the reason why I decided to put this on was to give people more interaction and get some feedback also, that it can stay on track, that it can be a vibrant community, helping people and helping each other, encouraging each other to be able to move from whatever the bad habits are over to better habits for greater enjoyment of life. And that includes our interactions with other people, as well as just our own personal enjoyment. Okay, you're getting comfortable there, Peter.
Well, I've got this weird thing. It says waiting over the top of your face, and I can't get rid of it. And I'm not sure how.
It must be my no picture.
I'm not sure whether I need to like get out of Zoom and get back into it or not. It's really weird.
Well, at this moment, I don't want to lose you. I've got two of you here. But anyway, we'll make a start on a couple of other people asked for a password as well, Peter. So it wasn't just you.
Okay.
And it's only a recent thing. Like, you never had to have a password.
It's just that your face is covered by a waiting symbol, and it's upsetting for me. I want to see your face, but
that's beautiful.
But I will just yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so I've got a few notes here. It won't be a long one, but I just wanted to get it introductions as well. Although I know both you and Audrone pretty well from having worked with you ladies. So the whole idea of breaking bad habits, I tried to call it breaking addictions, but you can't advertise that on Facebook. Just like
oh my God, really?
Yeah, you can't advertise weight loss. You can't advertise things which break their standards, whatever those standards are.
You can't advertise any Australian news now anymore, can you?
Or you can't share those links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. There's some things I tried to share this morning and bang, no, not allowed. So, okay. But as far like I can't advertise weight loss because it is something to do with personal attributes of people. So likewise, you can't really advertise addictions. So I don't think they can be
interesting.
Too much about bad habits, because that is so that's about as general as I could get while still retaining it's something we want to shift away from so that we can go towards something else, which is what this is about. And I think the thing to remember too, I remember this from my business coaching days, never let perfect get in the way of being better. Because we often try to be these perfect people so that we don't have any vices. And we often kick ourselves if we feel that we've fallen off the wagon or off the horse or whatever, and we're not the perfect being that we think we should be, because we're human. And so we're all a work in progress, no matter where we think we are. We'll overcome one thing, and then we'll have an awareness that once we overcome one thing, we may see that there is something else that we want to grow.
Which is kind of exciting, right? Because we get to always be learning about ourselves and growing. So it's kind of cool.
Absolutely. And I was listening to a speaker the other day, someone I follow in the world of influence and persuasion, and he made a joke about people thinking they've achieved mastery. And he said, I've never ever thought I'd achieve mastery, because if I think that I've achieved mastery of a subject, I stop learning.
Yes.
Yes.
So you agree with that? And I think it is true, because once you think you've learnt it, you've stopped learning,
100%. Yeah. And there's always more to learn.
Absolutely. And yeah, those things come up thick and fast once you start going through it. I'm learning this, and then there's something else will tell you, oh, well, you haven't really learned as much as you thought you'd learned, Wayne. It's go and learn some more. And
Yeah.
one of the great things and you know the work I do, one of the great things for me is that every single client that I see gives me a learning experience that you'll think
It's good. Yeah.
it is. Yeah, good. It is good, Audrey. And because you could easily fall into a habit of treating everyone the same and going, right, there's this problem, bang, 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 that should be fixed and or resolved. And then there's some nuance, the way that people perceive themselves or their situation or the way they express it, or some challenge that has been in their life, which is putting some pressure or is guiding them to a certain activity. And so yeah, I'd agree with the speaker I listened to. I haven't achieved mastery. I'm continuing to learn, and as I believe and in position of believing that I'm always learning, then I can stay aware of what it is I've got to learn.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty interesting area.
Yes.
Good stuff. Okay, what I wanted to go over in this, and there's only a couple of us here, so you get some input into some of the things, some of the directions that I take this community, because it won't be a community if it's only me here talking.
It would be a community if it was only me, because I've got enough personalities for everyone. So.
Oh, terrific. Yeah. Okay. And actually, I've a good friend of mine works with multiple personality disorders to integrate them. Fascinating area.
I can imagine.
Outside of the group, but there's he integrates it, and there's actually groups out there who create multiple personalities, which
really,
for nefarious purposes.
Wow, that's that's a very interesting concept.
Yes, and it will take us off into a tangent we could speak out about.
That's another thing to talk about another day.
Because we're here because we want to create positive changes. We want to be the best people that we can be.
Yes.
We want to be better, not perfect.
Yes.
Because perfection.
Absolutely.
Yeah, perfection just leads to procrastination.
Well, and it also leads to self-hate. Wanting perfectionism has led to self-hate for me. And as you know, Wayne, my motto is be brave, not perfect, because perfectionism has always led to not living up to my own expectations and absolutely hating myself for it. And it's never helped me in any way. So
yeah. Okay, so it sounds like we concur on that one.
I believe we concur, yes.
and thanks for sharing. You don't have to, but if you feel comfortable, because at the moment the group is about 65 people. So at the moment, that's all that can see it. So I thought that, okay, the thing is, it's community, it's about creating positive change. And I really want the community to be interactive and come up with suggestions, ideas. I would like, as it grows, to be able to meet people around the country and do workshops. So for things like, you got a broad thing of breaking habits or addictions, or even specific things. If we're looking at, cigarettes, alcohol, various drugs, but they all have this similarity. There's some compulsion to do something. There's a trigger, and we get some sort of gain. Maybe it's escapism. maybe it's just that brief moment of relief from whatever it is that we think is happening in our world. Maybe it's a break from stress, whatever it is. It's called secondary gain. You're doing it because you think you're relaxing, but there's an unconscious gain.
Yeah.
So we want to make these changes. And look, some of the things I would have discussed with clients, there's awareness. People aren't going to make a change until they're aware that there's a problem. And then creating a focus on change in behavior, identifying the patterns, because there is a pattern. It's almost like if you broke it down frame by frame and slowed it right down, there's a strategy to go from something building up, the trigger occurring, and then that moment between the trigger and your action, there's just a moment where you can choose to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, that's a tough one, Wayne, because sometimes I think the trigger is so deep in like the amygdala in the emotional brain that almost as soon as you're triggered, the decision's made. If that makes any sense.
Does make sense, because it could be like it's hardwired.
Yeah.
So it's like click whir, bang.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
A
like
equals
this
B.
has happened, damn. And like that's just what's happening now.
Yeah. And a beneficial exercise is to almost, you can do it a number of different ways.
Yeah.
To disassociate, like to separate yourself. As if
Okay.
you almost, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to look at Wayne over there as he's going through it, and I'm slowing it down.
Right.
Right. Or you could do, I think we may have done the exercise of looking at it on a movie.
Yeah.
Like close your eyes and look at yourself in a movie from trigger, and then slow it down, freeze frame it frame by frame, so you can go, well, wait a minute, we can change the direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because if we can take control of the movie in our imagination, it tells the unconscious what we want to do. And so we can create longer and longer gaps between the trigger and the reaction until we go, wait a minute, there's the trigger and I'm going to act differently. Well, Joan, I know you're only on audio, but if you were on the video, you would have seen me going in a very slow motion.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I can see you. I can see you. Yeah. And I can see this beautiful
you can
girl
see
as
me.
well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we've got the bad habits by repetition to create that hard wiring.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we can do is identify a good habit that we'd like to replace it with, and repeat that with emotion, because the bad habits were reinforced by emotion.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an escapism thing, you're just going, oh, I'm just so stressed, frustrated, fed up, whatever it is. And you just feel the emotion. You go, F it. F stands for a 4-letter word. F it. And I'll just go and do whatever this thing is that I'm going to do. So
it's just so much easier sometimes.
Perception, because it's that short-term gain which is not giving you any long-term benefit. There's a long-term cost.
True. Very true.
Yeah, it's very true.
Now, the repetition doesn't have to be physical. You don't actually have to physically get up and do it, because the unconscious mind doesn't recognize the difference between fact and fiction.
Yeah, okay.
Now, let me demonstrate that. You both know what a lemon is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrific. What I want you to do, and you've both cut open a lemon before.
Yes.
And you've both squeezed it.
Yes.
What I'm going to ask you to do is just for a moment, close your eyes and imagine you're holding a lemon on the kitchen counter.
Mm.
And you've got a knife and you cut the lemon in half. And I want you to pick up one half of the lemon with a very vivid imagination. And I want you to imagine bringing that lemon up to your mouth, squeezing it, and then sucking on it, putting your teeth into it, feel it. Yeah, I can see you've got that straight away, Peter. Did that happen for you too, Audrone?
Yes, yes,
Could you
yes.
taste
I
it?
love lemons. Yeah.
And you could taste it. You had the salivation come up. You had extra saliva in your mouth. Well, your unconscious mind did not know that that was fiction.
Wow, pretty cool.
You imagined it and with vividly, and your unconscious mind said, oh, that must be real. I'll produce more saliva.
Yes.
So this is why I'm saying if we take the good habit we want, and this is why I give the recordings to clients, so you can repeat it over and over, and in your imagination, in your unconscious mind, it treats it as real, especially if we've got emotion with it. And like, lemon juice does, I can taste it myself. It does create an immediate response. So if we can do it for the bad habit, it means we can also do it for the good habit.
Mm.
And if we repeat it often enough, that's why repetition is very important, which is why I encourage everyone to listen to their recordings daily until that new pattern is a strong pathway in your mind, hardwired, so that you go, well, this is who I am. There's no question about it. Whatever that good habit is. So that's just touching on a few of the principles. Obviously, we can go a lot deeper than that, but that's not what I'm here for tonight. I just want to cover a few different things. Now, in this next part, what I'd like your input. I don't know if you've seen everything I've posted on the group, but what I wanted to share with you was the manifesto. Did you remember seeing that?
No.
Okay. I have a tribal manifesto, and here it is. I'll just pop it up on the screen.
Oh, yay. Hang on, let me put this.
Now, can you see
Ah,
it?
yeah, remember, Gustan, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you getting food, Peter?
No.
Oh.
I've still got the waiting thing on the
Oh,
screen.
you can't see it. Okay. I've put up a number of statements.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. I've put up a number of statements which I think would resonate with the group. And if you can think of others or think of something more powerful, you could let me know. But the one in the top center, my relationships nurture me through difficult times.
So I'm gonna take myself off video while I try and get this up on my computer because my phone's just not working.
Okay.
But I am still here.
Okay, so I'll keep reading.
Yeah. I don't know how to take this off. You're probably gonna look at my roof for a bit. Sorry.
That's okay. You can still hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. Another statement is our future is our choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. I live in alignment with my ideal self. I like that one because I think alignment is pretty important. It's when we're out of alignment that we run into trouble.
Well, I'm certainly not living in alignment with my ideal self right now. So.
Yeah. And you got your cat there with you also listening.
Little guide.
I see you can hear her. Yes.
Yeah.
She's very grumpy these days.
Oh, no.
Oh, how old is your cat?
She's about 10 years old, and she's discovered that she likes outdoors now. So
okay. Anyway, so my body is a temple.
Yeah.
And that's really important because that covers off on pretty much the opposite of any addictive behavior or bad habit, is that if we really treated our bodies as a temple, because we only get one for this journey called life.
Misty. Sorry.
That's okay. If we really believe that our body is a temple, it would change the way that we would treat this body, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I here on the?
Yeah, you got stereo happening because you've got your phone.
Hang on, I'll turn the phone off.
Okay, that's it. I've got one of
All
them.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
One of my favorites, I totally love, accept, and forgive myself. It's in the top left corner.
Damn it.
Can you see me yet, Peter?
Yep.
Well, I can
I
see
can
you.
see.
All I can hear is you saying, damn it.
Okay.
Keep going. Food is fuel. And I think you would really resonate with that, Peter, because of your focus on health and activity, fitness.
Yeah. Well, and also having been someone that's had eating disorders, for me, food has been a drug at times, and yeah, I'm so blessed it's not a drug anymore. Oh my
Yeah.
God, my cat. Sorry.
So
Seriously.
I notice that as I get older, that it is important what food I put into my body because it really is a
Very
fuel
important. Yes. Yeah.
for my energy
Yeah. Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
my longevity and enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
Because if I put in crap, it doesn't go very well.
Mm.
Yeah. I think the next statement that looks like the left pointing arrow, I am good enough. Because we so often put ourselves down, or we allow other people to put us down. And
No.
it's very important to say I am good enough, because
Absolutely.
if you talk the negative, you talk yourself into a black hole.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I've got to make my cat be quiet.
What are you going to do with your cat?
I'm going to kill her.
Food is fuel.
I've given her food. I've done everything. She just wants to go outside. Misty, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with adults right now.
Just like a child, you're on the phone. It's okay. It's not bothering.
I have a cat as well. What is the name of your cat?
Her name is Misty.
It's not bothering me, Peter. It's just a bit of noise in the background. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through the others and just tell me what resonates with you. Self-love is self-care. I am in control of how I feel, not circumstances.
Absolutely.
That self-control, that locus of control being you're in control, means that you're at the cause of what happens in your life. You're not the effect. Very strong principle.
I think the I am good enough is, sorry to come back after being really disruptive to this, and tell me if you want me to leave.
I don't want you to leave. You're good enough to stay.
Yes, please stay.
The I am good enough is a big thing for me. I think you already know, Wayne, that like the I am worthy, or I am, I constantly have issues thinking like, the way I speak to myself is not very nice.
Look, you're not Robinson Crusoe, right? Every person on the planet, every problem comes down to self-image and people not thinking they're worthy, not thinking they're good enough. and all the negative talk. It all comes back to self-image. So when you look at the broad area of addictions, like we don't have a smoking problem, an alcohol problem, a drug problem, a teenage pregnancy problem, a suicide problem, a porn addiction problem. We don't have any. What we have is a self-image problem.
Sorry, my cat.
And the second problem is the cat. No, the cat's not a problem. It's okay.
It's
So yeah. So go on. We create strong family relationships because that's important that we have those and we have people around us because we're not Robinson Crusoe. Positive self-talk. That's the next arrow down, as we were just mentioning. My body, and this goes with the food as fuel. My body is my vehicle, and I treat it with respect. That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is a
absolutely.
temple.
Big time.
Yeah. Listen to your heart because
That's a big one.
We have the message.
But hey, Wayne, what about when your amygdala is a bit messed up, let's say, and so your fight or flight reflex is pretty out of whack, and you don't always know when it's your heart, or you don't completely trust your
Intuition.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
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 Okay. One of the prime directives of your unconscious mind is to protect you.
Yeah.
To keep you alive. Your unconscious mind knows how much oxygen you need.
Mm-hmm.
Your unconscious mind knows how much your heart needs to beat to get the blood around the body. Your unconscious mind knows how to save you if you step onto the street and the car screams around the corner.
Yeah.
And you're back on the pavement before you even know it.
True. Yeah.
So when we say listen to your heart, it's listening to that inner voice, your spirit, your soul. And it's also trusting, and your unconscious mind also knows what fuel you need. So you can even allow it to guide you as to what to eat.
Yeah, but what if you've like lost that connection with your unconscious mind like years ago?
Well, your conscious mind may have thought so, but you haven't. You will never lose that connection. You might be out of alignment, but you won't lose that connection. Now, to maybe your conscious mind is not tapping into. There's a practice, and it comes down to the next one. I am. And an exercise I was practicing the other day after I'd been listening to a speaker. I listen to a lot of things, and the speaker was saying that when you stand in the peace, in the quiet, and you imagine that your feet are rooted into the earth. Even if you are in a multi-story building or drone, you can still do this.
Thank you.
You can imagine that there's an energy going from your feet through all the different floors of the building, down through the underground, down past the train tracks, down into the earth below the city of Sydney. Okay. And you can imagine that energy is coming up through the earth, and in the peace, or near peace, you can just say the words, I am. I am. So your cat's doing it now. I am.
And they want it now.
Yeah, but if you just practice that, and you can do it later after this, just be in the stillness, just standing up, just imagining your feet going to the earth bringing up its energy, and you're connecting with the universe or God or whatever you represent to yourself, and just say, I am. You don't have to say anything after it.
Wow.
I am.
That's pretty.
It is mind-blowingly powerful.
Yeah.
You do that for a few minutes, that'll put you back in touch.
Mm.
I am, because you are so much greater than what you think you are.
Mm.
Because the only limits are the limits we put on ourselves.
Yeah, and by saying I am and not adding something to the end of it, you're not.
Only put good things. I am good enough.
I mean,
I am.
it's just nice to say I am. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
I am. I like that.
Well, practice that one tonight and drop me a line or put up a post to say what you got out of that. And and that's a pretty that I am precedes all the good stuff. Like, I am good enough. I am loving, accepting, and forgiving myself. I am worthwhile.
Mm.
I am feeding my body the right fuel. I am loving my body as the temple that it really is. I am choosing my future. I am in control of how I feel, not the circumstances. I am listening to my soul. I am living, and we tap on the last one, I am living with commitment and integrity. So that is the manifesto for Unchain Your Life.
I love it.
Do you think that all those different aspects in that manifesto fit with the group?
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest, and I feel like the last one is something that I'm not doing and that I'd like to be doing.
That again comes back to alignment, working on better rather than being perfect. It's great to have great expectations of ourselves.
Yeah.
But I think this one, okay, let's discuss this one for a few minutes before we wrap up. Living with commitment and integrity.
Mm.
Like, it's some things that are just, we've drawn the line. That's it. That's not me. That's not what I do. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. And again, we are human and we need to be love and be kind to ourselves as well.
Yeah.
There's certain things that commitment and integrity. Okay, let me bring it back, and maybe this is not a good example depending on your experience. But say if we were marrying ourselves.
I would never marry myself. Poor person.
Can we commit and be loyal and maintain the integrity of this relationship? That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Wow.
And again, like, Rome's not built in a day. We have to build the relationship. We have to trust ourselves. Maybe we work on, and some of the work is on realigning the
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to mute.
That's okay. Realigning values. Because values, I know you're there, Audrone, but
Yeah, I'm here.
Peter's just disappeared off the screen.
No.
There you are. So one of the things that, oh, hello, Audrone, I can see you.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So some of the
Hi,
reasons.
Pete.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, another thing we can do also is now and again maybe do a meetup where we actually get together, because I do want it to be both online and offline,
Yeah.
because I think it just gives it something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Audrey?
Originally, I'm all the way from Lithuania, Baltic states. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia.
Wow.
Yes, and in Sydney, 30 years. So yeah, I'm here.
Wow. So whereabouts in Sydney?
King's Cross.
Okay, cool. You're so close to me. Well, I'm Manly, but you know,
Oh, just across
I'm
the
always
water.
in the city. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when we're out of alignment, we might be. It might be because the values that we have, without realizing it, are not in alignment with the values of the person we'd like to be.
Mm.
And I'll share my own example. A couple of years back, I went and saw one of my mentors, and I wasn't making as much money as I thought that I would be able to. And so he said to me, "Look, what are the 6 most important things to you?" Actually, we rattled off 15, and it was fun, happiness, joy, family, health, surfing, and then money was about eighth or ninth down. We did, yeah. So we have to find out what are the values, and those values are going to determine what things we do first
Yeah.
and what things we do later on.
Yeah.
It's our
Absolutely.
priorities in life.
Yeah.
And so we did some NLP strategies, and then he said, "Okay, tell me what are the most important things now." Still health, family, fitness, and money. Money would moved up to about third or fourth position,
Yeah.
and still happiness and joy was probably about sixth, I think. I'm still happy. And what I found was that in that change of values in my mind, my focus came round to looking after myself more in the financial sense. Very,
Yes.
very powerful.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter what our problem is, when we work together on going through those things, like what are the things we truly value inside, that's going to be evident from our lives, but it also be that awareness that we can start creating that change, rearrange the values in your unconscious mind so the behaviors can start changing. So this is all multi-layered.
Mm.
It's not just
Are you laughing at my cat? Should I put myself on mute?
no, it's fine. That's
Oh, my cat is sleeping on the balcony too, and her name is Mitzi. Yeah, so she's quiet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's 5 years old.
Oh, such a cat.
so I've got a group of cat lovers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to start another community for that.
Yes.
So
Hypnosis for cat lovers, and we can all just try and deal with our cats meowing while we get hypnotized.
that's it.
You could
So-
use the cat meow as a hypnosis tool.
So what's your feedback on what we've gone over, what I'm working on building up here, and the concepts in the manifesto? What are your thoughts?
I think that the thing that really stands out to me is I am good enough. I think food is fuel and self-love is self-care and positive self-talk. They all kind of feed into I am good enough.
Yeah.
And I think that, and also I like my relationships nurture me through difficult times. It scares me a little bit because then I don't like to rely on people very much. But the I am good enough part is a big one.
It is a huge one. Also, the relationships nurture me. When you isolate yourself, you end up going down the pathway of depression.
Yes.
Because then you're refusing other people's help. I mean, this is what I did 2005, 2006, where, I just isolated myself, painted myself into a corner, and then tried to end my life. So isolation
Yeah.
is not a really positive strategy.
Yeah.
Mm,
Let me tell
100%.
you.
true.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right. I think the thing is sometimes you get a lot of blows from people when you try to reach out, and you have to probably maybe not take that too much to heart and learn who the people you can reach out to are.
Yeah.
Mm,
Very important. Well, there is a need for discernment,
Yeah.
and it is hard if you have someone who's close to you that betrays you,
Yeah.
and that shatters your
It's
because
upsetting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's happened.
yes, yes.
A good mate who I thought was a good mate turned out to be not a good mate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
so it was very disappointing and hardened me a bit.
Yeah.
And I had to step back from that and saying, well, that's an emotional reaction. That's his problem, not mine.
Yeah.
So learning, always learning. Well, look, that's all I wanted to share tonight. I was hoping I'd have a lot more people from Harvey Bay in Queensland because
these guys.
they've been very active in inviting people. But yeah, if those things resonate, you like the feel of it, invite other people. If you're seeing this,
Just try next time Facebook. Like really, I didn't have this Zoom before, so this evening I did install the Zoom, and like I prefer Facebook. So work on this one.
I will because I did it last week, and I was only on in this single room, like it boxed you in a room in the group, and I it was just difficult. I will give it another go.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, because you see a lot of people they don't like this Zoom, like myself. But today, because of you, I installed it, and after this, I'm going to delete it again.
I feel so
Yeah, really?
special. I feel
Why?
so special, Audrey.
Heaps of people are doing Zoom now. Zoom's like
No, I never tried before, so I'm joking. But maybe I'm going to like it because a lot of my work meetings is going through the Zoom, so I will have a look. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I will experiment again. I'll
yeah,
give it another go, maybe next
yeah.
week. Please feel free to interact in the group. I love people putting up something or responding to a post. I'm
Mm.
working on putting up something every day just to tweak little thoughts or drag things out. So, yeah, great to have input. If there's no input, there's no group, there's no community. So it'd be really lovely to have that.
But I mean, yeah. What? Yeah. We'll keep watching your posts and keep inputting.
Yeah, is it better if I do a live or just like I did that one this morning briefly? Do you prefer that or just a written post?
I didn't see the live this morning. So, and I'm a bit sort of.
Here's your baby comes.
You're gonna have to start a Facebook page for your cat.
She's so annoying.
Then she can join in these
I love her.
lives later.
She's such a pain in the ass.
Ah.
I more watch posts. So
Okay, well, I'll do a bit of both, and we'll see what resonates with everyone.
yeah. But
Yeah, you see like video for me as I'm working from let's say 8:30 until 6. So for me video of this Zoom or something is very good, like from 7 p.m. 8 p.m. maybe it's a little bit too late.
Okay, I'll do that.
yes. But
Okay.
keep it coming, Wayne. Keep it coming.
Yeah, doing what I
Everyone
can.
needs this. And if you could I'm happy to also share your stuff in my Facebook group because it very much resonates with, as you know, what I stand for and what I care about. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put a link into the group hopefully tomorrow for this video.
Yeah, cool.
Just give it time to process overnight.
Get rid of the cat meows and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. And if anyone's listening to this after it's been put up, please feel free to join the group. We love participation, want to build a vibrant community. And I do travel the country a fair bit, and I do want to meet people, and I want to grow some groups around the country to help people shift from the bad into the good, and also have encouragement, because I want to build the relationships that we can encourage each other. And once I get more input for it from the members of the group, I can provide more, and then we can just build up and see where we can take it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And Wayne is someone that you can pretty much tell anything to. So
Yeah, I've got a great big vault that it all goes into.
yeah.
All right, ladies. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, then. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye.
Bye-bye.